Alright guys, so today I'm going to show you guys how to install Visual Studios. As you can see, I already have it installed. I'm going to go ahead and uninstall it. And let's go ahead and do that. One way to do that is to either go to the Windows File Explorer, or you could press Control E or the Windows E, which I like to do. There you go. The Windows button, and then the letter E on the keyboard. And then you could just hop in here and type in control panel. Control panel, there you go. And then you can go ahead and go to programs. Look for programs and features. And this is the one we're trying to uninstall. All right, so let's go ahead and click on uninstall. Hopefully we don't have to restart. Let's do it just for learning purposes. Though I would like to see, let's press no for now. Let me see what type of right here, what type of extensions it has. Let's go ahead and maximize it. As of right now, we only have better comments and emojis, so it's a clean install. But I'm gonna go ahead and freestyle this whole install. It's not like I have a notepad that's telling me step by step what to do. So it's been a long time since I installed Visual Studios. So I'm gonna go ahead and just give it a whack and see how it goes, just for you guys, for the audience. So let's go ahead and uninstall it. I'm gonna go back to control panels, right click here, uninstall. We're gonna click. It's asking us if we're sure we want to completely remove it. We're gonna go ahead and say yes. It's a pretty big program, so it might take longer than usual. And when I say that, I mean it might ask us to restart. In this case, it's not doing that, which is let's see, user Vscode, an error occur while trying to replace existing files. Move files failed, code S access is denied. So one of the files stood behind, which is Microsoft VS Code uninstall. Okay, so the actual uninstall execution file stood behind because we were using it at the moment, which is something that Visual Studio should have taken care of, because that's what they do, right? They build programs, right? It's the whole purpose of VS Code. But whatever, let's retry. And it didn't go through, and it's not such a big deal. We can try and look for that folder and delete it ourselves, but it's something that shouldn't matter in this case. Let's just go ahead and reinstall it. So when reinstalling Visual Studios, all you have to do is just open up Google Chrome, of course, or whatever web browser you're using. I prefer using Google Chrome, even though Windows Edge is always trying to find a way to make me use it, but it's not something I'm interested in. So we're gonna go ahead and just Google Visual Studios and press enter. And in this case, this is not what we want, because this is the IDE. And it probably comes with the code editor. Well, it's a code editor too, but we're looking specifically for the VS Code version, not the IDE platform. So let's go ahead and just go and type in here VS Code, which is the proper way of searching for VS Code. You're gonna go ahead and click here, and this is definitely the correct page. You can tell by the link over here, by the the website link. And we're gonna go ahead and, if you want to double check what system you want to download for, as you can see, the first choice is download for Windows. If you have Mac, then all you have to do is just look around and you'll find it. This should be around here. My voice is giving in a little bit because I've been at this for like a couple hours now doing the research on other programs that I've been working with. So yeah, it's 1 in the morning. So TMI. Let me go ahead and just download the Windows version. I'm pretty sure. Look, well, there it goes. If you want the Mac version. If you want the Mac version, all you have to do is just go in here, go Vscode Mac. It's pretty simple. Not the first link is usually it, and that's exactly what it is. And it's the correct website, as you can see. That's usually our stars code visualstudios.com. I guess if you would have pressed download over here, then it would have taken you to this page. And I never did click download. So click download, and this is it right here. This is for Unix, this is for Windows, this is for Mac. So let's go back to Windows, download for Windows. And there you go. All you have to do is click on here. I usually like to click the folder because I want to make sure I know where it's located, which is usually the download folder. That's usually where the downloads go, but sometimes what I like to do is just go to the folder itself and manually install it myself. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. Just right click, and you could click on open or double click it, or you could run as administrator. Press yes. And this user installer is not meant to be run as administrator. Oh, look at that. If you would like to install VS Code for all users in this system, download the system installer instead. Okay, so let's do that again. And we can just click here, who cares? And we're gonna accept the agreement. I mean, I did explain to go to the folder because I like to do things manually so I know exactly what's going on. That's just something I learned throughout years of practice when it comes to programming and development. To cut a story short, sometimes when you let Windows take over, it's going to do things that you don't expect it to do. And then when it installs the program, it's too late. It already installed something else that you weren't interested in. You just go ahead and click next. And then you click next. And we could go back. Let's see the folder. Already exists. Okay, so that's the lingering folder that stood behind because uninstalled .00 dot exx didn't wanna or didn't uninstall successfully. So it says, would you like to install that folder anyway? We're gonna go ahead and click yes. And we could go ahead and give it that specific name, which is what it's called. Yeah, that's fine. We should create a start menu folder so you could, when you click here, then it should pop up somewhere around here. And let's go back to this, and we want it to click next. Register code as an editor for support file types. Add path, yeah. So that's cool. It does this for us. Before you had to do that manually. It could be a pain in the neck if you don't know what you're doing. You know, you got to add system variables and system paths, and it could get complicated if you don't type the correct format or the correct link. I'm gonna go ahead and click next. Click install. This shouldn't take long. it's definitely have it has gotten up to speed. Before, this used to take a lot longer. This I never really, I wouldn't I wouldn't say go ahead and keep this checked, because again, Windows takes over and then it launches the program that you just installed, and sometimes it crashes because this part of the process wasn't clearly or completely done correctly, and then it just starts to crash. So I'll just do this manually. The manual form is the way that they obviously pay attention most to, because people just don't turn on their computer and have all the programs automatically start. They want to be able to manually start their applications. Unless if every day this is what you do, then maybe you should start automatically. So that's why I uncheck this. I go ahead and click finish, and as you can see, it didn't start. But if we go ahead and look for Visual Studios, it should be on the start menu. And here we go. Go ahead and click here, and it's installed. I have previous projects that I was working on. As you can see, it's a Hugo project, and again, as I said, this was just for learning purposes, and we learned how to install Visual Studios. But as of now, I think you should also learn about other aspects of VS Code. So I mean, just to recap what we just did, I mean, we basically learned how to install Visual Studio. Now what we're going to do is eventually learn how to configure Visual Studio, which is obviously the most popular editor for web developers. This tutorial covers installation, essential settings, must-have extensions, and customizations to boost your productivity. It's perfect for beginners starting their coding journey, or developers switching from other editors. So if you're switching from other editors such as Notepad++, I would suggest you go ahead and do that, because it's a lot better than Notepad++. I mean, Notepad++ for developers that don't use a lot of extensions, and they could easily remember all the codes that they need to, implement, all the code snippets, and they don't need, IntelliSense or autocomplete. Then yeah, go ahead. Notepad++ is a good deal. It does have IntelliSense, but not as much as VS Code. And I just want to go ahead and also recap, what I mean by what we're going to do right now. So, I mean, today I'm going to show you how to install and set up Visual Studio Code, or VS Code as we usually call it. Visual Studio Code is the actual name, but VS Code is short, obviously, for Visual Studios. And if you're learning to code or already a developer, VS Code is probably the best code editor you can use, and it's completely free. So let me explain what makes VS Code special first. It's a code editor, not a full IDE like Visual Studios, though some people consider it to be a full-blown IDE. I beg to differ, but at the same time, it's hard to argue against that, which that means it's lightweight and fast, but still incredibly powerful. It was created by Microsoft, and it's an open source platform, which means it's constantly being improved by thousands of developers worldwide. So VS Code supports every programming language you can think of: JavaScript, Python, HTML, CSS, PHP, Java, anything, you name it. It has the built-in Git integration and integrated terminal. It has IntelliSense, for smart coding completion, and obviously it has a massive marketplace of extensions that add superpowers to your editor. So I mean, why do most developers love VS Code? It's fast. It starts up in seconds. It's free, and it's open source. It has thousands of extensions for any workflow. It works on Windows, Mac, and Linux. And it has amazing features like multi-cursor editing, built-in debugging, and live share for collaborations. So whether you building websites, writing Python scripts, or developing full applications, VS Code will be your best friend. Over 70% of developers use VS Code according to surveys. So you'll be in good company, in good hands.